tits, bitch.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to episode 89 of the best horror podcast.
That's how you're gonna do that?
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Is that
no.
how you're gonna do that?
Nope.
I think I nailed it with like just a blatant segue. Hey, guess what? This is the video part, but you can still listen to it.
Hello. No, I.
Like your first speech in middle school. You're gonna throw up. Stop drinking those beans.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to episode 89 of the best horror podcast.
Well, the problem
It's not a podcast.
But it's not. This is the video part, and we're just reintroducing ourselves to people that are already listening.
Yeah, but now they're tuning into the YouTube.
No, now the YouTube people are tuning into us.
Oh.
So you gotta introduce. You gotta welcome. Say, hey, YouTube. You can probably see us now. We were just talking about some shit, but let's get into the movie of the week. You know, and
Hey, this is Scream Fiends.
hey, you remember us?
I'm your host, Xander, and with me once again is Russ.
Hi.
God damn it. Why does this have to be so difficult? Why did we decide to do this?
Because we're dumb.
Split it in half.
We watched a movie, okay?
This episode's movie of the week is... What movie did we watch?
Los Chrono Criminales.
2007's Timecrimes.
That's pretty good.
This movie is starring Cara Elejalde as Hector.
Yeah.
Candela Fernandez as Clara. Barbara Gonaga as La Chica en el Bosque. Does that mean the girl in the woods? No.
Spell Bosque for me.
Bosque.
La Chica in La Bosque.
It's the girl in the something.
Yeah.
Bosque. What is Bosque?
I'll look it up.
And Nacho Vigilando as El Joven. What does Joven mean?
Yeah, Bosque means forest.
And
Hoven?
Yep. Joven.
Oops.
Is written and directed by Nacho Vigilando.
And Young.
Young? The Young?
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird, because he was the scientist. All right. Well, this movie starts off in a parking lot, like all days.
You just wake up in parking lots? Man,
Yeah,
this really
sometimes.
fucked you up.
There's some driving. He gets to his house. Stuff is falling out of his trunk, back of his car. You meet his wife. I can't. Fuck this.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh my God, we've lost him. So yeah. So he gets out of his car and he drops some stuff. Then he meets his wife.
His wife's there, and
Yep, and they're chit chatting, and we. Oh yeah, by the way, we were too lazy to switch it back to the Spanish and with subtitles on. We just listened to the dub.
okay, so I watched this originally back in I don't know when, in Spanish. So I feel like I've done my good deed. Watched it in its original language.
This dub is really
Fine.
good.
It almost seems like they digitally made it so their mouths move with the English.
Well, I feel like what they did, the voices and the way like it sounds, it's almost like they're extraterrestrial. Like the voices don't sound like they're coming
Some
from the
parts are
characters.
okay.
Yeah.
Some parts are okay, but then other parts are
Oh man,
not the greatest. Bad anime like dubbing.
it's really good. So yeah, they're hanging out. He loves his wife, or whatever, but he's got some binoculars.
Well, he tries to take a nap, and I feel this guy's pain because I hate those times where like you're really tired, you want to take a nap, and you just lay there, awake.
Yeah, it sucks.
And so that's what happens to little Hector here.
So he goes and he gets his binoculars and he looks and he sees something in the bosque.
Yeah, a little something. Yeah, something
pink.
Yeah, out of place, out in the woods, across the way from his backyard.
And then the phone rings, so he goes down there and he gets it.
Yep.
And then it just hangs up on him.
Well, it's like staticky. No one's saying anything. So he hangs up and
he
star
actually drops
69s.
the phone. His wife like scares him, and then they make out or something.
No.
Yeah, she like starts.
That's after he stars 69s.
Oh
right?
Yeah, that's right. And then they go, then they go out there. Watch out! Then they go out on some chairs, and they're talking some more. And then he sees something in the woods again. It's a lady, but his wife's like, "Okay, I'm gonna put this table in. If the table doesn't fit, I'll go to the store." She goes, "Oh, you win again." She goes to the store, and he looks on the woods. There's a naked lady out there.
Some boobs.
She pulls her boobs out, and then he goes in the woods to find her, and he does, but she's totally naked and leaned up against a rock, and she seems to be dead. To test the seer to see if she's dead, though, he throws sticks at her. This guy's really adorable.
So we skip some details there that come into play. Well, I mean,
do they come into play later though? They explain,
yes.
Like for example, why she's taking her shirt off. Is that where you're gonna?
No, before he finds her, he comes across a bike and like a tipped over dumpster.
Oh, true.
There's that.
Yeah.
And then he finds her naked, and he I don't know. What do you think he planned to do with her?
I don't think he planned anything.
He just wants to take a peek?
I think he was gonna like check on her like up close. And then but he couldn't because he gets stabbed
in the arm with a scissors.
He turns around, it's a man in the mask. He's got a pink mask on. It's pinkish.
Well, he doesn't actually see him until later on. He's running around.
He runs. He hides behind a tree, right? He tries to peek around the tree with his binoculars. And he sees the guy moving, but then he gets a good look at him from behind. But then the guy, like, goes like he does like the pretends he's using binoculars and looks back at him like this, and he goes, and he runs away.
Yep.
Then he's running, hops a fence, finds a mansion, hears music, tries to see if anybody's home.
He sees a calendar on the wall with like a squiggly and some X's.
He breaks the window, get in. He finds that calendar thing, and like, what's this? And then he finds a walkie-talkie, and then he talks to a person, and then like, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. And then he's like, oh, I'm up here.
There's someone after me.
Someone after me. He goes, oh, come up here. Blah blah blah. So he guides him to him, and he ends up in some like lab.
Yeah, it's like it's behind some sort of secret door.
Yeah.
At least it seemed like it was a secret door.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the guy's like, get into this vat of stuff. It's like a hot tub with a cover that's gonna go on. He goes, get in there. I'll get in with you. I'll hide from this guy.
No, he didn't say he's gonna get in with him.
Yeah, he did. He goes, come on, get in with me. Remember?
No, he didn't say get in with me. He said, get in here. He'll never look for you in here.
Yeah, but the other guy had the idea, like, because he asks him, why didn't you get in there with me? And that guy's like, I don't even know who you are. And so, but that's a little bit past this. But so he shuts the thing on him.
Comes down. He gets submerged in the liquid milk.
Yep, and then he turns. Then it opens back up, and he Ralph's.
Yep, and it is now daytime.
Yeah, it's daytime. He's like, what the heck? Then the guy that helped him in there to hide is like, who are you? And he's like, what? And then we get the whole explanation that he has just time traveled.
Yes, but only an hour.
Yeah, not very much. Not much time has passed. Like he just went back a little bit. And so he refers to himself as Hector 1 or Hector 2 or something like that.
I don't think he uses numbers at first.
Okay, at first.
Well, maybe.
Well, he figures out that he's gone back in time, but there's that whole paradox where he still exists in this time period. So there's two of him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Because he accidentally, what does he do? Oh no, I know. So yeah, basically,
well, you get the first call back to something you've seen previously because the guy takes a calendar and to write on the back of it, and that's how he explains
how he's gone back.
And the what do you call it, mirror version or reflection version only lasts to that point.
Yeah,
something to that extent.
So he basically wants to go through and eliminate all the other Hectors or whatever. But what you get for the next chunk is you see how Hector experienced the other things from the other part. So basically, what you see Hector deal with at first, you get to see why those things happen. And what you find out is actually Hector causes all of those things that this first Hector that you encounter sees. So like when the girl pulls her shirt off, you see why that happens. And
he's holding the scissor
to her. And he's trying to be nice about it.
Well, so we skipped a whole lot there. But does it ever talk about what is his motivation for causing these events to begin with?
Basically, it seems like he's trying to replay time because something bad happens, right? So when he goes through this first part,
does he just want to escape because he doesn't want to be there?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, or he wants to be the Hector kind of a thing, because which one's the real one, right?
Sure.
And so, so the one he's staring at would essentially be Hector 2, and he's an original Hector, is how he feels, right?
Yeah.
So, but basically, you relive all these events, but you see how Hector has caused all those events that we talked about.
Yeah, so he steals a car from this scientist's place, gets through the gate, and then he sees the girl riding a bike. So he stops his car and
gets creamed by a semi. And then
it wasn't a semi.
Oh, sure, but then she tries to help him.
Yeah, he crashes down the hill, hits his head, has a big gash on his head.
So he takes the bandage off of his arm and wraps around his head. That's where you see that guy, and she finds him a coat to wear, the trench coat. So that's how you see him transform into what looks like what would be the killer of this movie.
Yes.
Well, then he goes around with her, has her do those things. But she tries to get away, and then he tackles her, and they roll down a hill, and she hits her head. So he leans her up against that rock, and that's when that whole thing happens.
Takes off all her clothes creepily.
Yeah,
all her clothes.
Don't know why he did that.
Yeah,
but
well, he had to reenact what he saw originally.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's trying to figure out whatever in the time loop kind of thing. But basically, it all leads up to the place where they get to the house. And he's trying to find his wife, but she sees him all dressed up, all creepy like that. Even though he's talking to her on the phone, whatever.
Yeah.
But she goes to jump on the roof, and he grabs her foot or whatever, pulls her off by accident, and she dies.
Yep.
She breaks her neck. That was gross looking. When he looks down at her,
head's all twisted all the way around.
Exactly. So that's when the next part of this movie takes place.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes out of that whole leading up to that is, he knows that he has to do the whole hold his hands up to do the binocular eyes.
Yeah, so he's
and you find out that he does it multiple times over and over because he can't quite figure out the timing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's because there was a sequence of events. He puts the scissors in his pockets, then goes down.
Very I don't know the word I'm trying to think of, but he puts those scissors in his pocket.
Matter of factly, I don't know. Yeah.
But then, whatever. But
you get that.
You get the binoculars. But so basically, he knows now that at the end of this hour-long time loop, his wife dies.
Yes.
And he has to fix that because at the end of this time loop, he kills his wife by accident. So he has to interrupt this story thing.
Yeah.
So he's got to do things now to change it. And what he finds out is that Hector 3 is orchestrating tons of this already, and he's now this version of him that we've met in the beginning has figured out a way to get to it.
Yeah, because after Victor 1 Hector 1 goes back in time. Then Hector 2, or would it be Hector 3? Hector 2 then goes and talks to the scientist, and he's like, well, you're not the only other one. There's a Hector 3 that came out of the machine
and told me to do all these things.
like 30 seconds beforehand.
Yep. And they show him how he does all that stuff.
Yeah. So then, the next thing we get is Hector 2. I mean, it's the same Hector.
Yeah, we'll just call him Movie Hector. Followed Hector.
Yeah,
the
so
main Hector.
that Hector then goes back and is like 30 seconds before the next Hector comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells the scientists, like, just help him get the original Hector to get into the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to get rid of all the other Hectors and then save his wife, too. That's what he's trying to do.
Right. Well, yeah, his original plan was he's going to get the Hector back there and kill him, I think.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is that Hector goes to attack him. And, like, the girl, because he gets the girl into the house at this point instead of getting her killed out in the woods, the bike girl.
Yeah.
She's in the house with him at the end, towards the end here. And I like this part of the movie where she's like, he's coming up the stairs, and he just grabs his table and nonchalantly walks over the staircase and just, without looking, throws the table down the stairs.
Yeah, because he knows what's gonna happen. Because I mean, it's all stuff that has already happened.
So basically, somehow they take care of that, but he knows now, like, because the wife's like, there's somebody coming up the stairs. To go, okay, and he locks his wife in the shed.
Yeah.
So she can't get killed now.
Yeah.
So what he does instead then, because this killer's still there, and which is Hector whatever. He cuts the girl's hair and says, you have to run for your life.
And puts on his wife's
the wife's coat on her.
Yeah.
Has her go outside. Like, he sets it all up too. He puts a ladder there. He does this and that. Puts her outside, and then she dies instead.
Yep.
So that was but.
That is actually what had happened originally. His wife never died.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool seeing.
It's a thinker.
the different perspectives that you get in this movie.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were able to get to that one pretty quick. Well, it's because it's one of those movies where it's just like it repeats itself, but from a different perspective. So you just but
right. And we are running a little bit long here, but
all right. So this is my suggestion this week.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you, what do you think of this movie?
I really, really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, like I said, the different perspectives you get, and then the whole, like, oh, you think he killed his wife, and so he goes back in time again, and he's already said, like, I failed, like, everyone's gonna know what we did,
yeah,
and all that. But then what happens that so he gets the radio and says that, and then goes back to the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he finds his wife.
Yep.
And locks her in the closet. So then you're like, oh shit, maybe his wife didn't die.
Yeah. So he changed the thing up, but
yeah.
my what you wonder then is how many Hectors are running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then by the end he just goes out with his wife and they sit in the backyard.
Yep.
And he's like, it's gonna be a while before it starts raining.
Yep. Because he knows. He's lived this a few times. I don't know if they ever got to him raining, but yeah.
See, what does that mean, though? Because was there ever a point where it did start raining?
I remember him being... Oh, no, that was because he jumped in that milk. I don't know.
So maybe that is alluding to this has happened before.
Yeah, that, maybe at some point what we don't see as an audience is that they switched to Hector 3.
Oh.
Because the scientist explains to whatever Hector... that Hector 3 was orchestrating everything already.
Yeah.
And so, but But they all these Hectors had the same goal, though. You know, so it's kind of like, you know.
Well, I think originally he was freaked out because he's worried that the girl in the woods is gonna say something about taking her clothes off or whatever.
Well, yeah, sure, but how did he get to her in the first place? Right? Because he sees her in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Because he brings her there.
But she doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, I know, but
The whole thing is that
the only reason that the main Hector, which I'm going to call him, the one we start seeing from the beginning, sees her is because one of the copies of Hector puts her there. You know, so where does this story?
A good point.
Where does the story actually begin? And I wonder if it's when he's in that van or something, and then he's like staring at her, and he gets rear-ended or something. I don't know, but like, where does this story begin?
I never really thought about it because you assume that it starts as the original Hector.
Yeah,
But then where does
But it's not the original.
what
Hector.
actually sets this into motion?
Exactly. So I think it requires another watch or two. Like,
Oh man, now I just like it that much more because it's
Yeah.
like what?
yeah.
What?
So, give me a rank. What do you give it?
I'm gonna go with. That's a tough one. I want to say gold, but no, fuck it, gold. It has enough to really latch onto,
Yep.
make you think.
I agree. I'll go gold.
More so than like
Yeah.
at first glance, I guess.
yeah, because it makes you after you're done, you're like, what did I just watch? I want to watch it again. You know,
And the special effects are good. The acting is good. I mean, that guy's a dork, and I love it. Like when he runs away from that. Like when you get to the second part where you see him doing these things, where he's doing the binoculars, and because when he does it the first time, main Hector's like, oh god, he sees me, and then runs. You see that,
Right.
When you see it from that other Hector's point of view, when you see him run away, and the way he runs, it's just kind of funny to me. But I like that movie a lot. I give it a gold. I like this movie. I always recommend it to people, especially people that like maybe don't want to deal with too much violence and gore kind of stuff, but want to have kind of a cool horror experience. But maybe they're a little more sci-fi kind of people too. It's like I think it's a good.
It's one of the better like time travel movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because it is.
It makes you think now because now you're sitting. I can see it in your face. You're trying to figure out where this movie started.
I know, and it. One of my favorite things is when there's details that you may have overlooked at first glance or first watch, whatever, and then you can pick up things that are in the background or maybe just subtle little things that occur from a different perspective. And I love that. I love that about time travel movies in general. And yeah, this one
that's why I think
does a great job at it.
I think next week we need to watch something by this director that I can't remember. If you like picking up on little things, and I know you know who this director is, but I'm going to get his name because it's going to drive me nuts.
I wouldn't mind doing Memento. That one's not
Michael Haneke.
Michael Haneke.
Yeah, that's the guy.
What has he done?
I want to watch this movie with you. I watched with my friends a long time ago. 2005 is when it came out. It's called Cache.
Oh.
I don't know if it would be good for the show, but I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, like I just said, Memento. Like that's not horror related, but I really like the time element in that one.
And what is this other one? Yeah, he did Cache. Oh yeah, that's the director of Funny Games.
Oh.
So.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Let's do Cache.
Yes.
It's long, so maybe we skip Ash versus the Evil Dead that day.
Sure.
I'll eat before we come or something. That's what we could do for if we want to watch a longer movie. Just kind of skip all the fun stuff.
Yeah. All right, shorter episode for y'all today.
Not really.
Well, from when the video starts.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, that's true.
get it, yeah. God damn it.
Stop drinking.
I don't know if I'm going to release this episode. Get at us on
Mumbling
Twitter
idiot.
at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you thought of the movie Time Crimes.
Tom Cruise.
Oh my god.
So,
What we should watch next?
yeah,
Well, we know what we're.
Yeah, well, we don't really know.
Yeah.
We make ideas. We have ideas.
Let us know what we should watch.
We've been talking about time crimes for like 3 months.
Patreon.com/ScreamFiends. You can donate if you would like. We love your support, but you do not have to. All of our content will always be free of charge.
Yep. Feed us.
Subscribe, like, comment, dislike, all that good stuff. Subscribe on iTunes. You can listen to the rest of this train wreck if you
know if I like this.
on iTunes or Google Play.
So we can't just do that thing where you just like click here to go right to the movie. That would make this so much easier.
It would. But oh well. This has been episode 89 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com. Scream Fiends.
In the world.
From us at Scream Fiends. So long and farewell.
God damn.
Oh my god.
Don't drink those anymore.
No, it was the freaking switching from that to this that fucking just completely fucked me up this time.
It's funny. Oh, those are the best episodes, though.